Hi everyone, and it's Peter Zalum's Griniflix Adventure 8, and yes, this is the adventure is about to commence. We're only days away, but I'm doing all the different test runs right now, including all my different cameras, where they are in the car, navigation devices, communication devices, all sorts of things. So just a quick rundown, I'm using a GoPro 7 right now, filming. I've also got the GoPro 9. And so 2 GoPros. What I like about the 9 is that, one of the things I like about the 9 over the 7 is the battery life. The battery life on the 7 just gets consumed within a couple of days, even if you do absolutely nothing. Anyway, so I got recording both now. Do a sync, okay? So it's a do a sync. See what I'll do it this way. All right, and that's a sync. Okay. So theoretically, that should be all synced. So, okay. So the GoPro 7 there. Communication devices. I got my iPad set up here. And what I'm using here are the HEMA maps. So this little symbol here. And that gives me a whole bunch of series of maps from all over Australia. All the HEMA Outback maps, Outback Australian maps. And through the iPad you can actually take photographs as well. So then you can see all the different locations that I've been all over Australia here, obviously, and that's where we're going again. This time we're going to, there's more locations I've been to that I haven't taken photographs, that's why they don't appear here. But this next trip is going to be wonderful. We're going to, let's see, we're going to the Flinders Ranges, which is down here, around Lake Eyre, and then across the Simpson Desert, or maybe up here. Simpson Desert's across there, or up to Alice Springs and around, and all sorts of places. But anyway, so that's the map that I'm using, and just zoom back in here to where we are. We're at McMaster's Beach. You might have seen the last video. And okay, so that's that. But then I've got my Garmin and listening to the CB radio, UHF radio, which is on right now on scan. I might take it off scan. Okay, so at least the radio works. We've got an Oregon 400C. So this is amazing. It's probably over 10 years old, this GPS, but it still works, and my maps are on there. So I use those contour maps that are on here together with maps that are on the HEMA to always trying to work out where I am. Needless to say, there are the HEMA maps that I have in hard copy as well, so everything that's in here is also in electronic, so it's on my navigation devices. I've got my phone set up down there, which is good. We've got the InReach Explorer, and this is also for tracking my location. But the great thing about this is it can also upload the track onto an online map, so that anyone who I share my details with can also track our journey in real time all over Australia, wherever we are, regardless of whether there's mobile reception or not. This works off satellites. It also acts as an emergency beacon and also emergency messaging, so that people can message me in emergencies and I can message other people as well. So before I set off the emergency SOS, I can communicate with people to work out whether there's an alternative to actually setting off the SOS. Then there's also, while we're on to safety devices, we've got a personal location beacon here as well, which can be activated in the case of emergency. Fire extinguisher, and they are the main things for communication, I think. So before I even get started each day, I would check where we are so we can navigate during the course of the day on both of these devices. There are some maps on here. The HEMA map's actually on my phone as well, so for some reason one fails, then at least there's a backup there. And set the tracking on my inReach so people can understand what's happening. Get all the cameras going, and then be off. So that's the communication devices. Okay, that'll do for now. And there you go. Might do some driving. Actually, while I'm in the car right now, going to the warehouse to pick up the trailer. We're going to be testing out the tent, which is on top of the roof, which is my accommodation. The camper trailer will be accommodation for my guests. Oh my goodness, so it's all happening. I'll be attaching the trailer and then driving that around for the next few days around Sydney to make sure everything's working properly again before we're heading off. Now the latest news is that a lot of roads in Central Australia are closed to floods, to the amount of water that's there. Needless to say, we always have to just work around that and go on the roads that we can get on. Okay. To me, but I guess on four-wheel drive tracks it'd be something else. It'd probably be flying around all over the place. Well, so just remember where the clamp is. Yes, while testing out the forward vision, so I've just spent the last hour or so setting up the tent on the roof, seeing how long it takes me to set up and cool down. So right now my first trial is 10 minutes to set it up and 10 minutes to cool down, so no doubt I'll be able to get better at that. Also adjusted the bearings on the trailer. They were a bit loose, so I probably should get a couple more pins, replacement pins there, just in case I need to adjust it again. Check to make sure that I've got spare bearings for the trailer and grease them up again. Check to see where the grease is. I'm pretty sure it's in the trailer. Alright, so that's it for today, and more tests probably in the next day or so. Right, I'm back. It's still preparation time, so I'm about to get started again. So the process is turn on the Garmin for navigation, turn on the HEMA maps on my iPad that's down here, turn on my inReach navigation system, tracking system, turn on tracking, not sure you can see that, but turn on tracking, and I'm going to share that with myself to let me know that if I want to track myself I can. Normally I'd be sending this message to someone that's not on the journey but is interested in knowing whereabouts we are, and send, so that's sending. Alright, so this has got to be in a line of sight of satellites, so the best place to put it is on the dash, but if you put it on the dash it gets overheats in the sun, so I just put my hat over it on the dash, and that way it's got a good line of sight of satellites without overheating. Alright, so I think that's all the devices necessary, and then we're ready to go. I've already done a flight check around the car, make sure everything is hunky-dory, and now I'm just also got my rear vision camera here, so I'll just get that activated. Yes, so I was saying I've walked around the car, checked everything, and all the doors are closed, all the latches are closed, and we're ready to go. Woo-hoo-hoo. So today is Tuesday. That means there's only Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There's only 3 sleeps to go before I get going on this trip. How exciting. Alright. There will be a few more tests that I have to do along the way. Incredible. Hello. How are you? Let's see whether I can get some voiceover as well with this recording. But anyway, let's go for a bit of a joy flight.
Take off.
Yeah. And there's the four-wheel drive and everything. So I'm only allowed to fly at 60 meters here because I'm in a aircraft zone area, which is fine. I don't need to go any higher than that. Where am I right now? I'm sitting at 56 meters. So I thought I'd have a quick look at Sydney before I leave on our wonderful trip all the way into Central Australia. There's Anzac Bridge, and there's the city of Sydney. So say goodbye. Bye-bye, Sydney. And we won't see you for a little bit. Isn't that exciting? Oh, what are we? Today's Thursday, tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow the trip starts. Can't believe how many things there are to organise. Accommodation en route for those first few days. I'm trying to organise a charter flight also over Lake Eyre. And so all those things have to be booked. Going Flinders Ranges, there's a number of tracks also. And most of those tracks are on private property or stations. So they need to be booked as well. And right now, because travel is restricted, all over the world, it means that local travel has become really important. A lot of people are traveling, so accommodation is scarce. We're pretty much self-sufficient with the camper trailer and also the roof tent on the Truby here. So that shouldn't be too much of a problem, but it'd be nice to get a bit of accommodation along the way, particularly in these outback towns where they're always full of characters. The people there, it's great meeting the people. The scenery is fantastic, and it's nice to have a bit of luxury every now and then in the hotel accommodation. Some of these old hotels or hotels that have been put together with scrap metal. It's all part of the character of Central Australia. So exciting. Anyway, we'll give you another update soon. And now I'm not sure whether I'll be posting this one first, since I started the trip tomorrow. So what I might do is post this video today sometime. So if it's the first time to this channel, please do subscribe and do like. That's thumbs up and all that sort of stuff. And there will be more stuff that'll be coming out. Now there'll be some shorter videos that'll be coming out during the course of the next 3 to 6 weeks, because I'm doing 2 tours back to back. And at some stage there will be a feature-length movie video of this tour, of these next 2 tours actually, but then a whole bunch of smaller videos in between. So do subscribe, do press notifications, and then when I post, then at least you'll be able to see the progress in some of the journeys that we'll be taking. Flinders Ranges, Simpson Desert, Central Australia. Anyway, hope to see you there. Cheers, thanks for watching.